Hello and welcome back to Ballon TV. After a week away for the international break, we are back to the Premier League week 5. Thank God for that. What a long week that was. How are we going to get through the summer without any Premier League games? I don't even want to think about it. But Premier League was back, week 5 is back. Let's get into our top 6 review. Starting with the game at Wembley, Spurs and Liverpool. 2-1 win for my red team. Comfortably, I'd say. Do you know what? Spurs, I think, were lucky they didn't get trounced 4 or 5. I thought Liverpool absolutely quality for 80-85 minutes. And then Spurs made a couple of substitutes. Lamela and Son came on and I thought gave them a bit more zip, but Spurs were just poor. They looked terrified of Liverpool. Like the passing was off. Everything was just absolutely awful. Not sure what was up with Spurs this week, but Liverpool were top class. Again, they still haven't got going, essentially. There's still gaps there. There's improvements there. The front three still ain't firing. Firmino, I thought, was quality. Mane's decision-making was shocking. Salah, just in a bit of a rut for his standards, but he started the same way last year, so I'm sure he'll come into it. Yeah, 5 wins out of 5. Spurs, 2 losses in a row. Something needs to happen with Spurs, especially with Champions League coming up. Something's got to give. Their squad just ain't good enough. I think as a whole, their 11 is qualities up there, but the squad is just, there's no depth in squad, and I think that's what's going to let them down this year, especially with other teams having better squads. Probably not a good 11, but better squads. Harry Kane looked tired. I know it's been going around a lot in the news and social media that he's tired. He does look tired, but I mean, everyone's had a World Cup, internationals, etc. So who knows? Maybe his home life, something's going on. I know he's got a new kid, so who knows? Maybe that's got something to do with it. But yeah, Spurs just need to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Liverpool just keep marching on, 100% record. Just need to keep doing what they're doing. I'm happy at the moment from what I'm seeing, and I know there's more to come, so yeah, let it keep going. The other team with 100% record as well, Chelsea, it was easy at the end, won it against Cardiff, 4-1 win. The Eden Hazard show, probably the best player in Europe for me at the moment. I'll say as a whole, started the season absolutely on fire. Doesn't normally start like this, Eden Hazard, which, it's got to be said, it has surprised me and a lot of people. I've spoken to Chelsea fans, they're like proper gassed about it, but I had to bring him down a peg. I said, yeah, he's playing well, but then the name pops up again, Real Madrid. He's playing well. Real Madrid need that marquee signing after losing Ronaldo in the summer. Maybe he's trying to get their attention. I don't know. I hope not, because I've said before, I'd love Eden Hazard to stay. I love Eden Hazard, watching him in the Premiership. I mean, let's not forget, first of all, Chelsea did go behind 1-0. I still think Sarri has implemented his game. He done it with Napoli last year, where he had Hamsik, Holding, and then he had Callahan, Milik, Mertens, and Insigne as a front 3, front 4. But then defensively, they were leaving gaps. They were good going forward, scoring a lot of goals, but then they were still leaking goals defensively, and it showed again another week against Cardiff. They were 1-0 down from a set piece. David Luiz, for me, can't play in a 4. He's better at 3 in defence, so maybe Sarri might have to look at that in some way. But Chelsea just keep marching on. The silent assassins, I'm calling them so far this year, a bit like Kante. I know on our social media group there was a post calling N'Golo Kante the silent assassin. I think Chelsea have been the assassins this year. 100% record, they're going under the radar. Kind of like when Conte took over first season, when they won the league. Nobody gave them a chance. They went under the radar and won the league. So I'm not saying they're going to win the league, but they've started the season well. We'll see what happens with the Europa League coming in. Obviously travelling to different countries, see how they adjust to that. But look, 5 wins out of 5. They're top of the league on goal difference. Chelsea fans, I think, should be happy, because obviously there's more to come from this team, so full credit to them. Cardiff, my favourites to go down, finish bottom. They have a bit of fight in them, but I think the Premiership is just a too big a step for them to be in at the moment, especially financially, not investing in the summer. So it's going to be a long season for Cardiff, but I'm sure their fans will just relish being in the Premiership. So yeah, just wish them the best of luck for the rest of the season. Newcastle, Arsenal. Newcastle's worries continue. I sound like a broken record. I just feel sorry for Rafa. Like, there's not much he can do with that squad. The squad is, I think I saw a stat somewhere, it's like 3/4 of the team that got them up into the Premiership from the Championship. So they haven't improved like they need to. And I feel like Rafa is kind of thing that's keeping the fans and the club together, because the fans love him and they want him to stay, and I think he wants to stay for the fans, not stay for the club, but he wants to stay for the fans. They're just struggling. They really are struggling to get anything at the moment, and just defensive mistakes. I don't know, it just looks disjointed. Newcastle to me look disjointed. It's going to be a long season. Unless they turn it around quick, it's going to be a very, very, very long season for the Toon Army. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Not really much I can say about Newcastle. But Arsenal win again. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. I'm his biggest critic, but I thought Granit Xhaka looked fairly decent, apart from that quality free kick he scored. But his overall gameplay looked decent, especially when he was there with Torreira in that midfield. I've said it before, he looks better with Torreira in the middle. Yeah, Arsenal just doing what they can. I still want to see Aubameyang and Lacazette through the middle together. Somehow I feel like Unai Emery needs to find a way of getting them together in that middle, because Aubameyang playing out wide, I think he's just wasted. He's really wasted. He's done it a few times. I remember watching him at Dortmund and he was just out of the game, just struggled, really struggled. So I think through the middle is his best position, same as Lacazette. So I don't see why not do it. Just try it, you know, go 1-0, 2-0 up and then do it. You know, why not? Just give it a go. So wait and see. But you know, that Arsenal looking alright, so they're winning games, scrappy, but they're still winning games. So City, Fulham, I mean, it was more like a training game for City. I don't think Fulham really offered anything for the whole 90 minutes. City were just rampant. I mean, 3-0 I think flattered Fulham, if I'm honest. City could have easily got to double figures. Fulham just didn't offer anything at all. City just showed their class, absolutely quality. I mean, Bernardo Silva was just unplayable. David Silva the same. So City at the end, but I don't know, it's just a vibe I'm getting from City that they could collapse at any moment. I don't know why. It's just like a little thing that I've got. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they could collapse at any moment. They'll come up against a team who'll be in their faces and then they'll struggle. You know, someone who can press them from the front. Obviously, they've got a Champions League game coming up with Lyon, and I know Lyon like to press forward with Memphis, with Nabil Fekir, with Aouar, Traore. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a strange thing. It's just a feeling I have. I know it's weird, it's strange. Even I've thinking to myself, what the hell am I going on about? But I feel like they can just collapse at any moment and then struggle for like 2, 3, 4 games in a row. They just don't have that invincible feeling about them like they did last year. You know, you just feared them. I think maybe Aguero not firing at the moment probably has something to do with that, but they've just shown they don't have to rely on their strikers. They can rely on their midfielders to get them goals, defenders. They are quality. I mean, for me, still favourites for the Premiership and definitely in the top 2, 3 for the Champions League. So their squad is just unreal. So I think, yeah, City is City, aren't they? They'll just keep doing what they're doing, and I'm sure they'll proper click, and in 3-4 weeks they'll score something like stupid, like 30 or 40 or goals. You can see them doing that. So I know they've got Cardiff next, so away. So I'm expecting a rampant City. Watford United was so comfortable in that first. I mean, said it before, me and Mido have spoke about it. Pogba's got to be more advanced. He ran the game in that first half. Watford just couldn't get anywhere near him. He was pulling strings left, right and centre. Just quality. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And another player who I thought was decent. I know he's Mido's favourite player at United. Marouane Fellaini, he looked quality in the 6 role, just patrolling in front of the back 4. He was breaking everything. His reading play just looked so good and so comfortable there as well. Because normally we know he's more threatening in the attacking third, but defensively he can still do a job. Like, he'll still do a job. Like, he's physical. He likes to scrap. Like, he's a scrappy player. You know, you don't watch him and think, wow, what beautiful football he plays. He plays like that scrappy play. And sometimes you need that in the Premiership. You need that. Games like, you go to Watford, you might need that. You know, they are a physical team, Watford, and especially when you've got like Andre Gray, Troy Deeney, Isaac Success, who big guys. For someone like Fellaini who thrives on that, I think, and I thought he was quality. For me, he was man of the match. Pogba close second, but Pogba tailed off in the second half. Lukaku amongst the goals again, so he's obviously getting some goals. Chris Smalling with a quality finish, but again, they can see goals. A goal out of nowhere, pretty much. They were fairly comfortable. I mean, Watford did come into the game second half, and they were much the better team second half. And to be honest, they could have nicked a draw at the end for David De Gea's save from a header. I can't remember exactly who from. Might have been Troy Deeney, I might be wrong. But there's still that little thing about them, like they can still concede, and teams are still opening them up like a bit easily. And come against a bigger team like your Cities, your Liverpools, your Chelseas, it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. Because I mean, look at what happened with Spurs. They got absolutely tonked. Yeah, I don't know, but look, United are back in it. You know, they look decent. They look more of a unit now, like collectiveness within the team. So, which is good. Which is a very, very good sign for them. So, to them, it don't matter as long as they got the 3 points. Watford, unfortunately, lose the 100% record, but they didn't go down without a fight. And I'm sure they'll fight to live another day. And I'm sure they'll have a decent season from what I've seen so far. Mido's baller of the week. I mean, I haven't spoken to him about it, but I'm 100% sure he'll say the same. Eden Hazard, even though I know he might say United player because United won again. Shock, biased in him, but I'd probably give it to Fellaini though, wouldn't he? But yeah, it's got to be Eden Hazard. He scores a hat trick. Like, the first goal was just disgusting. The dummy, the finish, it was just disgusting. The build-up play from Chelsea was just quality, but top finish. Tucked away the penalty well as well. Lucky with the second goal, but it don't matter. Shocker of the week. I was going to go 2 ways with this. I was going to go either shocker of the week to Mido for again being away, but then obviously remembered on the football front, and the one thing that stayed in my mind was the Roberto Firmino Jan Vertonghen clash. Oh, just looking at the picture, I don't know, just makes me feel sick. I mean, it was a freak accident. I was on Twitter after the game, and there's fans slating Jan Vertonghen saying, "Oh, he meant it. It was, deliberate." It wasn't deliberate. It was just a freak accident. You know what I mean? He's not out to hurt anyone like Firmino or anyone like that. But just, half his finger was in his eye, and Firmino's just lucky he didn't get blinded. You know, it's just one of those shocking freak accidents. Like, it's just shocking. So I'm going to have to give shock of the week for that, because, just horrible. Just looking at the picture, it's just, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Just for Liverpool's sake, and the Liverpool fan, I'm glad that Firmino's alright. So, Fantasy League player for week 6. I'm actually going to go with Wilfried Zaha, I think. He scored a banging goal at the weekend. But I think this coming week for week 6, I believe Palace are at home to Newcastle. I might be wrong, but I think they're home to Newcastle. And I think Zaha's just quality. He's so good. So good. Just glides through players easily and past them. So I can see him knocking in a goal or two, getting an assist here and there. I can see him just running the game, if I'm honest. I'd be surprised if he has an off day, but as long as he's fit from now till then, doesn't get injured in training or anything like that, or suffers from the game just gone, because I know he was injured, I've got to go with Wilf Zaha. Once again, thank you for joining me for the week 5 review. We're back to the Premier League, like I said. It's good to be back. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to watch us and follow us on the socials. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, so make sure you follow us to keep up to date. I guess I'm going to have to see you in the next one.